Hello there, and welcome to today's video. Today we're actually taking a further look at the Grundig V2000 machine that I've got. In the last episode we replaced the power supply board with a spare power supply board that was working correctly. The original power supply board will be repaired at some point. It is just a couple of blown reefer capacitors which can easily be resolved. Now the problem I have today is the machine in the last episode was lacing up to a particular point and then stopping, then unlacing. And I thought that the issue would be with some of the metal contacts and that little micro switch that you can see just above the head near that multicoloured wire coming off the area near the video head near the loading ring. Now, I gave all of the contacts a clean up, and what has started to happen now is the machine will not accept the tape, and the cassette light will be illuminated, the load motor will be continually running, and the machine just doesn't want to really do anything. You can see to the left of the machine on the tablecloth there is a piece of plastic, and this piece of plastic fell out from inside the machine. I don't think it belongs to the deck mechanism, but to be honest with you, I'm not too sure. I've never dealt with Video 2000 machines before. I've dealt more extensively with VHS and Betamax machines, and never with a Video 2000 machine. Now it seems to make quite a lot of use of micro switches. What is quite nice is the direct drive for both the reels, which is quite a nice high-end feature, which you don't see on many decks. Now what I've got here is this little micro switch that I removed, and the white piece of plastic that you can see at the bottom of the picture runs along a threaded drive which is driven by that motor. You can see the head motor, you see the multicoloured cable. Underneath the multicoloured cable is the head motor. Now this little micro switch is pushed by this white plastic rod once the eject/load motor has got to the end of its travel. Now one would assume that this micro switch basically tells the motor that the deck has fully unloaded and the tape has been ejected. What seems to be happening at the moment is if you do get to a point where you can get a tape into the machine by manually inserting it, the tape will then eject, but the motor will continue running until the motor, I think the control for the motor actually monitors that there's too much current being drawn into the motor, and then the motor shuts down. So I've got to be honest, I don't know where the problem lies with this machine. I don't know if it is the combination of these micro switches which are at fault, but the current condition at the moment is you put a tape in, the machine does not recognise the presence of a tape, and you cannot load the machine using the conventional methods. Now it seems that the tape loading is, or the fact that there's a tape in the machine, there's like a little optical sensor on a flap just inside the loading slot, and I think it's this that tells the machine that there's a tape in there, because you'd put a tape in there, you'd then press the tape button on the front of the machine, the carriage would go down, and then when you press one of the deck functions the machine will obviously operate. If you press play it'll lace up, if you press rewind it'll rewind, if you press fast forward it'll fast forward. But the problem is I really don't know where the problem lies. I've tried cleaning up the belts. The belt itself on the loading motor works absolutely fine. It's in good condition, it's not stretched or anything. So I'm at a complete loss. I'm really not sure where to go with this. I've got a spares machine which was exhibiting very similar issues. It would not accept any tapes, etc. So the next episode I'm probably going to try and take a look at that machine and see how the mechanism actually works, if I've misaligned that sensor, if any of the other micro switches have been misaligned, etc. And I'm just going to see if I can actually sort of try and repair this machine using the combination of the two. If any of you viewers have got any ideas, I'd love to hear about it. If you could leave a comment in the comments and just let me know what you think. I'll also be posting this video up on a couple of Facebook groups asking for advice, so feel free to respond to me on there or via PM. So a bit of an anticlimactic video, but sometimes these things happen. Obviously once I'd finished with the machine, I put everything back together, put the machine back and put it back into storage again to be tackled at a point when I've got a few more answers. So it's off to do a little bit more investigation, and hopefully we'll get somewhere once we've done that. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you've got any comments that may help me in trying to resolve my issues, feel free to drop a comment in. And if you want to sort of keep up with the ongoing saga of my Video 2000 machines, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.